Published time, the 5th of May 2018, 034. Edited time, the 7th of May 2018, 11:13. In a major realignment from fighting terrorism to great power rivalry with Russia, the U.S. Navy is re-establishing its Second Fleet. The command had been responsible for the North Atlantic Ocean before it was deactivated in 2011. Chief of Naval Operations, CNO, Admiral John Richardson made the announcement on Friday, during a change of command ceremony in Norfolk, Virginia. Our national defense strategy makes clear that we are back in an era of great power competition as the security environment continues to grow more challenging and complex, Richardson said. That's why today, we are standing up Second Fleet to address these changes, particularly in the North Atlantic. Our NDS makes clear that we are back in an era of great power competition as the security environment continues to grow more challenging and complex. That's why today, we are standing up Second Fleet to address these changes, particularly in the North Atlantic. https://t.co/sdl8sd1eg.adm John Richardson, at No Richardson, May 4, 2018. Richardson was referring to this strategy drafted by Defense Secretary James Mattis and published in January. It envisions a leaner, meaner Pentagon, more oriented toward state adversaries such as Russia and China. Read more. U.S. Air Force boasts testing of new nuclear gravity bomb going extremely well on some major naval command, covering both the northern and the southern Atlantic. The Second Fleet was stood down in 2011, and its remaining personnel, assets and responsibilities merged into U.S. Fleet Forces, USFF, in Norfolk. Reactivation of the Second Fleet was one of the recommendations in the recent report on problems plaguing the U.S. Seventh Fleet in the Pacific. The revived command will be stood up on July 1, and will initially have 11 officers and 4 enlisted personnel. That staff will eventually expand to 85 officers, 164 enlisted and 7 civilians, according to the U.S. Naval Institute. The revamped Second Fleet will focus solely on the North Atlantic, as the South was assigned to the Fourth Fleet in 2008. And in that vast blue expanse, there is only one potential foe, Russia. Russian submarines are prowling the Atlantic, testing our defenses, confronting our command of the seas, and preparing the complex underwater battle space to give them an edge in any future conflict. Vice Admiral James Fogo III, commander of the U.S. Sixth Fleet, wrote in 2016. Fogo is now the commander of U.S. naval forces in Europe and Africa. Read more. Though smaller than in the days of the Soviet Union, the modernized Russian Navy has demonstrated previously unknown capabilities over the past several years. It confirmed some of Fogo's fears in March, when it was made public that several of its nuclear submarines had approached the east coast of the U.S. and departed undetected, as part of a regular exercise. Russian Navy ships and submarines have also taken part in the fighting against Islamic State, formerly ISIL, terrorists in Syria since October 2015, firing cruise missiles and delivering supplies through the Syrian ports of Tartus and Latakia. The most notable naval deployment was in November 2016, featuring the aircraft carrier Admiral Kuznetsov and the heavy missile cruiser Pyotr Veliki, Peter the Great, the largest ship of her class in the world. In June 2017, Moscow announced it would keep a 15-ship task force in the eastern Mediterranean, operating out of Syria. Think your friends would be interested? Share this story.